All right, everyone, we are back. We've got about 2-ish minutes until we're going to be going on the restream. Again, going to be Sir Linkalot myself with Possum Morpheus doing commentary, and then Wildham's doing the trekking again for this game. We went over it a little bit before we went on break. Partners are not quite as bad as they were in the first one, I would say, but you don't really have a choice. You're probably bringing Kaylee. Everybody else is pretty much garbage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We need 25 fragments for this one as well. So big jump. We need 8 more fragments this time. So not going to be probably quite as quick as this last one was. Right. How are you doing after the break, Possum?
I'm doing great. Hoping that our runners got a little bit of relaxation in between their race as well. I guess for some that means playing some Super Metroid, which I mean, that's not relaxing if you're bad at the game like I am, but that seems to be what farfelu does to stay warm, so good on him. Dinonautdad, I know, took a little bit of a break, so see if they can come back and make a comeback and level things up here after farfelu's Game 1 victory in what I think is actually the fastest time I've seen on one of these with that sub 28-minute seed.
I think how fast the qualifiers were.
Yeah, I think the fastest qual was like a 28 change.
I'm about to go look. While we're waiting. We've got like 20 seconds. I've got time.
Either way, that was real heckin' fast. And
it was, let's see. Yeah, because the fastest qualifier was Hatak with a 28:42.
Yeah, so it was about a minute faster. Pretty good. I mean, there's a reason farfelu and Hatox were the 1 and 2 seed and tied, and had to have a coin flip to determine who got the first seed. So,
yeah, it could have been faster too. There were some things here or there, but it wasn't going to be much faster than that one.
Zoom. Still had to be executed, and farfelu executed it beautifully, and was also able to get through those refights without too much difficulty. That is something that we're going to have to plan a little bit more for this time around, because we did not get any Dragonclaw shenanigans.
That's correct. We did not this time. You can see on Dinonaut's timer, we are about to get going.
Yeah, so I am excited to see what we get here. Tristram is not what we want, but fine. We have Volcano in the starting area. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Sir Linkalot. Last seed, we didn't have Volcano in the starting area, right?
We did not. No, it was Lava Dome and Pazuzus were the big things to start with.
Yeah. So that was a special seed.
Yeah, it really was. Typically, yeah, you see. I think I've seen Volcano in the starting area almost every seed I've played. I'm not shocked to see farfelu immediately drop Tristram. Of all the partners, Tristram's the worst to start out with right now. Has heal, that's it. Ruben at least starts with arrow, so you at least have some damage coming from Ruben that's not just swinging a weapon immediately.
Yeah, Ruben at least can be heavy-handed, which is nice. Clear out some battlefields that you would consider yourself kind of punching above your weight for, which is nice. We do pick up Meteor already for our runners, which is definitely fantastic. It's always good to have that big spell right away. Fire does go to Earth, so it's basically going to be unresisted by everything, with the exception of the Hydra refight. So not a huge pickup, but certainly not the worst either. It's going to be a very nice, consistent spell to have.
Definitely. And if we don't find any other wizard spells, if they find arrow, air resistance did not roll anywhere this time. It's still air. Air does work still on Hydra if you don't have a wizard spell.
And also worth noting, even if we don't find necessarily a great spell, in addition, we do have projectile rolling to bomb, which means mega grenades will be helpful against the Zo refight as well. So there are some potential benefits here for our runners with these shuffled resists. It does look like we are double blinded on Farfelu's side. That was a little bit obnoxious there, but was able to get through not too much trouble. Nothing really beyond Meteor in this volcano, though. So pretty underwhelming, all things considered. Like, Thunder doesn't really count. The Charm Bracelet doesn't count. And we didn't really find much of anything else.
Yeah, no, like, maybe one fragment, if all. Like, I don't even know if we've seen a fragment, but yeah, Meteor's been really the only highlight.
These worms rolling thick as well is really not ideal, as Farfelu is just running into random enemies left and right. Being blinded is obnoxious early on because it reduces the hit rate by, I want to say it's 50%. Being poisoned as well means, yeah, we just need to probably think about getting out of this one as well. I know we want early levels, but like, this just ain't it.
No. This is, yeah.
We do have, I believe that's heal on dinonautdad's side. And Ruben does get Farfelu through, thankfully, from that fight. And we have Pazuzu's Tower making an appearance again. So dinonautdad going to see if they can flex that maze-like knowledge that was displayed last seed. Is opting for Tristram instead of Ruben as well. So potentially going to have a bit of a disadvantage with that in the short term. But seems like maybe is going to get through things a little bit easier because the power doesn't really matter for the Foresta enemies.
Yeah, it is kind of surprising to see that. Just, Foresta enemies, they're going to fall over to anything. It doesn't matter. But just the idea of you saw Tristram, you're probably not, or you saw Ruben, you're probably not keeping Tristram for very long. Like, of all the three partners, like, Tristram's the worst right now. He's got speed going for him, and that's it.
Yeah, Ruben at least has arrow once you get to level 6, so I would at least want that. It doesn't need to be a good arrow early on. It just needs to be arrow.
Yeah, and I mean, with it being level 6, he has it from the start. Like,
yeah.
It starts at 6 because it's 5+ year level, so... So we've got some resistances going.
So Pazuzu's Tower, if we look on the top there, it's kind of hard to check and you hope it's never relevant, but that was a red box hiding behind Pazuzu. So if you wanted to clear that out, you would need the Dragon Claw to hook over and to have beaten Pazuzu. Again, hopefully not required.
Yeah, I'm sure both runners are hoping that is not necessary. We've got 5 fragments already, though.
Yeah, we still need 20 more.
I mean, it's not bad if you're leaving, with a little bit of area that we've been able to check, because like Wintry Cave locked immediately by a claw. Pazuzu's is hit or miss depending on how it rolls, because a bunch could be locked behind bombs, locked behind Dragon Claw. It's a good amount to have to start with, but I guess the question is like,
is our coin just in Focus Tower? Just
I feel like
the one chest?
Or dinonautdad didn't check all of Pazuzu's tower potentially?
Yeah.
So I don't think Pazuzu would be in logic until we at least have we would need Dragon Claw as well.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's just in Focus Tower.
That would be rude if Dragon Claw was here to go into Pazuzu's tower to then have to fight Pazuzu. Okay.
Okay.
It couldn't be in. It's not Mount Gale, because you already checked Mount Gale. It can't be in Doom Castle, right? Like the first checks in Doom Castle?
No, the Doom Castle checks are basically out of logic until you have the Captain's Cap, the Mobius Crest, the Mega... You need all of... Or not Mobius Crest, but whatever your crest warp is to the dock, you need all the things that get you to the dock in order to be able to use the boat to get to Doom Castle. So there's a whole lot of requirements. So yeah, I think it's in Pazuzu's tower, and yeah, dinonautdad just didn't go to a place unless we have a warp. No, we don't have a warp.
There's one place it could be that's not Pazuzu's. Medusa.
Oh gosh. Oh, I hope I didn't do that to them. That would be like a horrific roll.
Neither one of them. I mean, I don't blame them. Like, I'm not going to try to fight Medusa at level 4 and 7.
No.
But it might be Medusa. Oh wait, no, that would be. It's not excluded. Those aren't excluded. It might be Medusa.
Yeah, on most flag sets, the logic is introduced to exclude bosses in the first area for the reason of them causing major issues. But I have had it where my progression on these has been Medusa before. And, yeah.
I guess we're going to find out. Just kind of, I don't know if dinonautdad went where farfelu went, though.
I don't think so. This is new territory.
Okay, that's a steel sword. That doesn't help.
Yeah, that actually doesn't open anything.
Nope.
We need to get to those 2 red chests that were on the floor 3 walk. Is what we need.
The maze of Pazuzu's tower, and we don't have bombs for those, so we can't go that way.
Oh,
take that back.
okay.
We now have bombs. All right.
Oh, sneaky.
Okay, and then dinonautdad can immediately grab these as well, and is going to be leaving. So
yeah, I would say I'd be out of here as soon as I get the rest of those reds. I'm done.
So I got progression. I've checked everything. I'm out of here. Bye.
That's kind of a naughty place. Oh, there's a claw too. Oh
bad,
my.
Though, and river corn. Oh,
okay. Well, never mind.
Okay, well. So, that cat claw could be a really bad location. It's just like, here's charm claw. Never mind. Well, so much for that idea.
He's got jokes. This was the floor that I thought farfelu needed to get to. Well, the Mobius crest is a good thing to pick up for sure.
Yeah.
And both runners now have it. So yeah, Pazuzu's tower, not only required, but absolutely having the goods here as well.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where it's just like, you can skip Pazuzu's tower all you want until you've checked everything else. Be like, no, your progression is in there. Deal with it. Now it's just, feel like for dinonaut, well, almost for both of them at this point, it's finding your, like, farfelu needs to grab these 2 and is probably leaving. Same thing for dinonautdad. He's checked everything. He just needs to remember how to get out of here.
Does dinonautdad have the sword? I know he's got the bombs. I don't know that he got the sword.
Don't know.
I'm a little concerned about that.
He's out.
I do like going to Wintry here. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, especially if you saw a red box already, which, you haven't, but it's still, you're right here. It's a decent amount of checks.
Yeah, if this was like a 16, 17 shard, I wouldn't care, but with it being 25, that's enough that I personally would poke my head in and take a gander at what's down here.
Yeah, you could find, Libra Crest, that could be major. Either one of these crests could get you, especially if it's Libra Crest, it could end up getting you to Alive Forest.
We also see a locked lava dome behind Wakewater, and we see Flare down here in Wintry Cave. Flare is a really good spell, y'all.
Thunder Rock. We've got Gemini. That's the one crest we don't have yet between the 2 runners. Yeah, I'm not sure if he got that sword or not.
I don't think he did, which we'll see if that matters. Like, where is Ice Pyramid is the big question. Like, if it's over in this area, that's going to spell, I'm not going to say disaster, but it's not going to be good for Farfelu. We see Phoebe hanging out here. That's not Kaylee, but it's most likely better than Ruben. Yeah, we have Cure, we have Arrow, we have Thunder. That's better than Ruben. So that Phoebe's a good take for sure.
And it's the idea too. This goes here. We've got Elixir's nothing. It does go to the thing too. If we don't find Kaylee, Phoebe is probably going to be your best bet. She does come with exit at 21. So assuming you start your dive at 16 and not a lower level, then you can exit the first two bosses. Get through them quicker. And that's assuming you don't find exit yourself as well. All the seeds.
Yep. Now, worth noting, Wintry Cave was warped too, or excuse me, not Wintry Cave, Wintry Temple, Winter Temple. So that is something that our runners could put into logic with a warp, or excuse me, with exit, basically exiting out of that to see where it leads us, because I don't think we saw the Wintry Temple yet. So that is something to be curious about if we do pick up exit on anyone in a timely manner to see if that warps us anywhere.
Yeah, which the only real important places right now would be the Windia area. We've been everywhere. Or we can get everywhere else at least.
We've seen a lot of Gemini crests and no Gemini crest.
Of course, that's how it always works, right? That was a blue dot as well. That's behind Wakewater. If Lava Dome and a Life Force are both gone, that's pretty nasty. That's a lot of checks then that are behind Wakewater.
Well, and the awkward part too is it's not necessarily even guaranteed that Wakewater's your logical way there. It could be some sort of warp shenanigans. Ask us how we know.
Yeah, that definitely didn't happen last night. No.
All right, so Fireberg region has Windia. So we can turn in our Thunder Rock. I think it would be judicious to do so. I don't know that Farfelu did, though. I would err on the side of caution personally, but that's also probably why I'm out of the tournament already. Because 25 shards, knowing the Lava Dome's locked, I would want to have that as an option down the road, because I can't imagine wanting to come back to this zone anytime soon.
Yeah. And especially, hey, look, you found Ship Dock.
Vanilla.
Is this even randomized? It's Mobius on top of that too. So even more vanilla. Okay, we go. There's that sword because we haven't seen. Which I don't blame him. Like when you're typically roaming around, you're usually roaming around with Claw and Bomb. Like you don't go to sword unless you're in Ice Pyramid. So we'll see if that sword was picked up. It's possible, we're only human. You tracked before, when you got runners going this fast, it's like, things get missed. It happens.
Oh, and early on this flag set especially, it is a relative nightmare, because this is effectively like an oops all loose seed if you're FFR familiar, where like anything can just be anywhere, and so one person tracking even two runners is very difficult early on, because they're both picking up things left, right, and center. It just can be very confusing and very taxing to do.
Yeah, especially like we had an immediate divergence too. That's the big thing. It's one thing when like both runners are doing the same thing. It's like, all right, cool. When they both diverge like they did immediately, it's rough to keep an eye on both. Like, all right, he grabbed that. Sometimes the tracker even eats your inputs anyways, and you're just like, I clicked that. It's like the tracker's like, you thought you clicked that, but no, you didn't, and you just completely forget about it.
Thankfully, there is a tracker on dinonautdad's stream, and I did just go peek at their stream. It does not have sword lit up, so that would verify that we do not have a sword. So if we don't find another sword before that ice pyramid becomes required, dinonautdad may still be playing the sea deep into the night by the time farfelu's done. Though that wake water is going to make things very interesting.
I'm not questioning your tracking, Wildem. I question everybody's tracking. Equal opportunity.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to question Wildem's tracking live in front of millions of people in the audience. I've been banned? Oh, darn it. Well, it was a pleasure, y'all.
On your own head be it. It's like I'll see you next tournament. It's like, oh, never mind. Look, you just got banned from Mystic Quest. Like, never mind.
Well, that was Flamerous Rex. Would be nice to do that in a vanilla speedrun.
Yeah. Just smack him with some wizard spells. Be like, all right, bye. I'm gone.
Sorry, best I can do is cure that misses 80% of the time.
Hey, there's a Gemini crest. Okay, now we have all the crests. Well, all the crests between the two runners. Farfelu does not have that Libra crest.
Yeah, that Libra crest, though, not really going to do much for us. Right now, anyway. But with that Wake Water pickup... Oh, dinonautdad not fighting Flamerous. Or maybe going to fight after clearing everything else?
That does make sense. It gets all your charges back. So... You don't have, it's not like you have exit. That would be where it'd be like, okay, but you don't have exit. So you're going to walk right by him again anyways. You might as well.
Yeah, okay. Oh, we can put Flamerous to sleep, I think. Which would go to stone. Although that proc should have done it, so maybe not with this one, but...
He's not attacking, so he's either paralyzed or he's sleeping. One of the two. Well, now he's sleeping for good. So...
And now is... Yeah, this is where we're going to find out a whole lot of information about this seed. dinonautdad is not going to have access to this, and, well, farfelu is here. That being said, like, air is going to do a lot to these enemies, but not one-shotting could get to be a little annoying.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of time, and no magic mirror means you might just bump into enemies and waste time. Then it's the nice thing is for dinonautdad, if he decides I want to dive in just to check to see when does this lock, it's locked immediately by the sword. There's no I go through 5 floors like now you're locked and you wasted all this time. It's like first floor you're immediately locked by sword. It's like okay, you just decide I'll go check those the 3 boxes I have, or am I just leaving and hoping that maybe I find a sword here. And it's like when you just found Wake Water and you have other than the fact that exit's there. Now it'd be like, yeah, you probably might be a little happy if you actually check that.
Yeah. That exit spell, that is a game changer. Because I think we're, 9 levels off of Phoebe learning it on dinonautdad's side?
No, 4. Or on
only
dinonautdad's side? Yeah, 9. Never mind. 4
Yes.
4 and farfelu, 9 on dinonautdad.
So, unless a sword shows up really fast, this is gonna get rough. Because that exit spell represents minutes and life as well. Okay. Yeah. Oof.
Like, even if you find nothing else in here, which the odds of that happening are very slim, but even if you find nothing else in here, you're very happy finding exit and life.
Arguably the 2 best spells in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, mine, unless you want to fight Jin, but I doubt it.
Well, we didn't see the 4 treasure chest rooms, so your impetus to fight Jin is actually there.
It's white, so we have, yeah.
But that's still not ideal.
One thing to note, too, dinonautdad didn't, check the box in Windhole Temple, didn't go actually up to the platform to see if that may be where Kaylee is hiding.
We do get an Aegis Shield just kind of hanging out in Foresta, though, which is super nice. And Kaylee is vanilla. Okay.
Okay. I'm actually kind of surprised to just see the skip there.
Yeah, she'd already have Meteor. I would, I think, run with that.
I mean, I get like Phoebe, you're probably, you're thinking, okay, yeah, it's like you're thinking exit, but it's like, or not. Yes, no, maybe, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I could see like exit, but with exit being at 21, it's like typically you're seeing end game. You're usually like, unless you have a seed where you go full clear of the game, you're going to be level 20 to 21 by the end of the game. You're typically seeing Doom Castle dies in like the 14 to 15, like before she's even going to have exit. So before it even matters, or when you really need it, those bosses are dead. Now you're 16 and you don't care anymore.
Yeah. And I think dinonautdad about to get the bad news that unless we magically found a sword somewhere, we don't have a sword.
We might just be checking those boxes, which is a good thing because we'll get exit out of it at the bare minimum. Won't be able to get any of this other stuff so far, which,
well,
life, yes.
Can't unlock the room, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it's not. Is it locked to begin with?
Yeah, because you need to you need to poke the statue with the sword, right, to open the next floor.
It's not on the next floor. It's on this floor.
Oh, is it? Okay, I thought it was on the next floor.
It's on the two boxes that you are in the room that you walk by. So unless that door is locked, which I don't believe that door is locked by that statue.
It's not. Life is locked.
Yes, life and everything else we found are 100% locked. Yeah, gets the bad news. I don't have a sword. Oops. Venus key, Giant's axe. Well, that's even worse. The fact that one of those swords is also here.
Yeah.
There is a bright side to this. There haven't been many fragments here. So it is the idea with there not being that many fragments here. We do have a higher fragment count, but it might not be one of those you better find a sword because you need the fragments in here.
Yeah, this might just be a situation where you just leave after getting this exit and you go find Aquaria and turn into Wake Water and do that.
Yeah, exit, which we know where Aquaria is. We've seen Aquaria. I'm almost positive we've seen Aquaria. Taking battlefield. Yeah, I mean, 1 of 1. I don't really blame it.
Looks like White was in here as well.
Yes.
Which is quite nice for the enemies in here because they have a lot of weird resistances and the White spell is unresisted to everything. So
White spell doesn't care about your resistances.
Farfelu done with Ice Pyramid though. Picked up a bunch of stuff, but to your point, not a lot of shards. And I don't think were any in here either. So unless
a red box here either, unless we fight Jin.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Unless we want to take that fight against Jin. Oh no, it was there at that door and it was just blank. So no, you never fight Jin for a single box. Like if it's behind it, so be it. Like GG to the opponent.
Yeah, which I mean, the odds of there being like required progression there is so slim. With this, like said, it's like you said, it's oops, I'll lose. Like you're probably finding stuff elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
also, no peak. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say if we haven't seen Aquaria, we do. Or dinonautdad does have. Okay, there's Aquaria. Never mind. So like we have all the crests. It's like there's a good chance we can probably find our way there.
That was interesting. No peak from Farfelu at Windhole Tunnel either, or Temple. So neither runner choosing to peak there, but both being rewarded with Kaylee anyway.
Just to begin with, we got Steel Helm, a fragment. Yeah, so even though Farfelu got a full clear on Ice Pyramid, he was tied with dinonautdad's fragment count, leaving Ice Pyramid.
I think on farfelu's side, we're maybe looking at crests here. Yeah, see if we can warp somewhere, save some time on transit. Maybe even warp into the tree or something. Doesn't have that Libra crest though, so yeah, gonna have to hoof it and probably go back over, turn in that wake water, and go from there. Knowing that both towns are over in the Aquaria region, I think that's going to be the play.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what that the blue dot on the map is that was frozen. So, I mean, Lava Dome's first. You're going to go in Lava Dome before.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect we're doing both Lava Dome and Tree, if it is Tree for both of them. I guess it could. Well, no, we saw Falls Basin. We saw Rope Bridge. We saw Volcano.
I don't think we've seen.
We haven't seen Level Forest. Yeah, neither forest. So one's in Windia, one's here.
The concern, though, is if it is a live forest. Dinonautdad, even if he can get into Tree, a lot of Tree is locked by a sword, which we don't have yet. So, and unless he finds Excalibur, because we know Night Sword is locked behind a sword, he's gonna need that sword from P Tower. And it's like, what are the odds you decide I'm gonna go back to P Tower?
I think we're Mega Grenade locked in Lava Dome.
Okay, this is level 4, so there's a fragment. Yeah, we are locked. We are Mega Grenade locked immediately.
That's unusual.
So I would say yes, but the fact that we have all 3 crests leads me to believe that one of those crest warps, especially checking all this, one of these crest warps is going to get you to Windia. And then you'll find Maker Grenades there.
But it's going to be interesting also because that Libra crest that Dinonautdad has, that has a warp up in the Fireberg area that we didn't check. Farfelu doesn't have it, so can't even check it. So yeah, time to start just going places and doing things. Oh no, there's a red box back there, Dinonautdad. Or not a red box. There is a box that could be red.
Yeah, I would have at least checked the box. Fine. Okay, yeah. Already did this. Fireberg? Yes, Fireberg's got 2 warps. That would be my next. We haven't checked them. Like, I haven't been taking notes as far as what ones have been checked and which ones haven't been checked, but what is back here? As farfelu's going to check it. That is a red box. What do we got?
Okay. Crisis averted.
Yeah, crisis averted, but
it's still a shard.
Not a lot of time for our fragments, so. Here, Sealed Temple. You can get in there, yeah. It's like that's gotta. Okay, farfelu's coming in here, so it's gonna get the Libra Crest. That's just a tree. It might be Libra Crest.
It might be that Libra Crest warp up in the Fireberg area.
Because we know it's not. I at least remember it's not vanilla max shit. You going for a Medusa kill?
Maybe thinking doesn't have anything else remaining, and might start doing things like the Squidite kill here from Farfelu is very smart. You just kind of have to start committing to killing things. Yeah, the seeds. This is one of those weird ones that is a little perplexing.
Yeah, this one is definitely, I would say, one of the top puzzle seeds we've had, probably, of this is locked, this is locked, this is locked. Have fun going through the maze of Pazuzu's Tower to find your progression. Oh, by the way, there's like multiple things of progression in here, potentially, that you can easily miss because, hey, surprise, this is a bad maze. Yeah, it is going to be fighting Medusa.
Yeah, I mean, Farflu's definitely cleared more at this point, but at the same time, like, doesn't have a ton to show for it. So if, like, let's say Suncoin pops up off of Medusa or something like that, you know, this could be huge for dinonautdad.
Yeah.
But this is, you know, part of the flag set is some of this is a little bit more about puzzle solving than it is necessarily about raw execution and like taking good notes and tracking things. And not all seeds are like the last one that the runners just played. You know, if you didn't catch that first match, it was over under a half an hour. So definitely would recommend watching it. Now here's also another fantastic little troll that everyone always forgets about. Hey, Linkalot, how many boxes are underneath Aquaria?
Yeah, that's true. There is technically it's 3 checks, but in this case we only care about 1. And it was a red box in one of our races as well because I checked it.
I've seen it happen before. So there's a live forest. Okay. Farfelu has the golden ticket, and that was that the Libra crest?
I think so. I think it was a Mobius.
Okay.
No, the Libra just led to a tree, which there's Captain's Cat, which, okay. Multi-key to Mobius teleporter, so it is Firebird.
Okay. So you need the multi-key.
Yeah, which both runners do have. Oh, there's another red box here. Oh, is he going for... He's going for a Jin kill now. And there's Dragonclaw. Dragonclaw inside of a live forest.
Yeah, this is... I mean, it's a really good puzzle, but the runners are going to feel like it's kind of mean also.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'm expecting Farfelu to dive right in the tree. You're 23 fragments, so you're 2 fragments from go mode. And there's 2 red boxes, so it could be right there. Well, there's one of them. We don't care about the tree wither, but... Kind of surprised to not see him go through that door, though. Oh,
Might be trying to clear out as much as possible here. Yeah.
Yep.
We don't stick around to try to hit Cupid Locket or Gaia Armor. Looks like we're just going to go.
Yeah, interesting. Like, you know, wouldn't have taken that. Like, it would have just been a couple seconds to go to the boxes to the north just to see if one of them was a red box. And then if it was, grab it. If it's one of those, great. If not, okay. But yeah, already level 15. Not surprised to see an immediate climb.
And also, as silly as it sounds, you know, for Mystic Quest veterans, 35 minutes and not yet in Doom Castle on this flag set, you don't feel great.
Yeah, even at 25 shards, like, you're not feeling wonderful about this at all.
This is the one boss that we can Dragonclaw kill if we want. But we're just going to go for Exit and Flare. Will the ninjas go down? They will not. Ninjas rolling high for the 2nd straight seed. Unfortunate for the runners.
Trying to figure the puzzle out at this point.
Yeah, dinonautdad kind of falling victim to the same situation I found myself in our game 2, which was, where the heck are my shuffles? Why did I not take the correct notes? So I feel you, dinonautdad, 100% on that.
Yeah, well, we're going to get that check. What's in Spencer's cave?
If it's the Sun Coin, that would honestly be the best thing.
Or an Excalibur. That would be helpful.
Or that.
Because then he's like, all right, I can go to Ice Pyramid, which isn't exactly really where you want to go right now. You want to go in a tree, probably, but...
It is a red box.
What do we have?
Oh.
I mean, it's a fragment, so you're not going to be too mad about it.
Oof. Big old crit from Hydra. That was almost 1,300 damage. Benjamin, by the way, does not have that much health. Kaylee almost going down to an 800 damage hit as well. This Hydra is a bully.
Bully. Fire. And the big problem seeing all of this as well is, unless dinonautdad finds a sword, it just, say farfelu is just hitting like a brick wall of Dark King or something. If farfelu doesn't find a sword, is not going to have that life spell to get through this wyvern fight either. There's Gaia armor.
Yeah, Gaia armor is definitely a nice find. Wow. Okay, well, double confused. Not great.
Nope, not great at all. Oh, thankfully broke out, but didn't break out in time, unfortunately, and that's a reset. Yeah, this wyvern is, he's not playing around.
And to answer a question from chat, what are the halves that they're picking up? They're sky fragments. So there's anywhere between 16 and 32 you need on this flag set. There are 40 in the game, and we need 25 for this seed. It basically reassembles the sky coin to let you go complete the video game and fight Dark King and the refight bosses. So that is the things that we are collecting. So kind of a scavenger hunt. Kind of a puzzle. This seed much more puzzling than most, but refreshing to see even the best runners a little bit humbled.
Yeah, we are definitely not a sub 30 here. Yeah, Wyvern is Wyvern's getting payback for the fight last season. It's like, no. We're not having any of this one-shot stuff this time. Dinonautdad even came in here. He is at a loss, it looks like.
Yeah, I've definitely been there where it's like, oh, I left one thing in one place. And in Dinonautdad's case, that's the sword that even if they are able to get to the tree, they're going to be a little bit stuck. So hopefully they can find that warp and maybe get an Excalibur somewhere. But I don't even know that they can progress without the sword, which gates a sword, which likely gates another sword, unfortunately, to kind of finish off that little meme there. So I think Dinonautdad's kind of stuck.
There's a few places, because like the room that they started in has 2 open doors outside of the one you went into. So like there's a possibility that you can get fairly deep in there, and I think we saw like 2 or 3 fragments in there already. To my knowledge, Dinonautdad's at 20 or 21, so only needs to actually find a couple fragments. Could just find the fragments that you need. Like, oh, okay, well, I'm going with this, I guess. I guess I don't need a sword this seed.
Which is rare that you don't need a sword or a claw in particular. Those are normally pretty common. Certainly a claw, I think, is the most common on this to get you enough shards to finish things. But the sword, because it opens up Ice Pyramid and Alive 4 or Giant Tree, usually is something you finish a seed with. I've finished plenty of these with no bombs, oddly enough, and a number of them with no axe. But the other 2, the sword and the claw, almost seem required. But farfelu is done with all their refights, so on to Dark King.
See if Dark King came to play this seed, because he certainly did not in game 1. Save just going right in.
Yeah, again, 41 minutes in on this flag set with only 25 shards needed. For me, my general rule of thumb is I want to be at like shards plus 10 to 15 minutes by the end of a seed. So like if it's a 25 shard seed, I don't really want to be any more than about 40 minutes. And just getting to Dark King at 41, that's real nervy.
Yeah, especially like we've kind of talked about it since the brackets were announced. It's one of those like anybody can. It felt like with the way this flag set was, like anybody can beat anybody. It doesn't matter how good you were in qualifiers. It doesn't matter what position you are. It's just like if you have a bad game and the other person does not, they are going to beat you. So you can't just be like, it's fine. I can just kind of casually relax my way through this seed because of who I'm playing. It's like, no, that's the way you're taking a quick L.
But it's not even having a bad game. It's what if farfelu was the one who didn't pick up the sword and dinonautdad did? We're in the same situation, just reversed. That's just how it is on this flag set. It is so dynamically different than the vast majority of tournament style things that have been done before with the Mystic Quest randomizer, that it's really quite an equalizing fashion. In the past, a lot of it's been, Dark King is the equalizer. Well, now, Dark King is usually not the equalizer. It's everything else that is. And speaking of Dark King, though, we do have a confused Benjamin, and not having a Cupid locket, that's not a fun time.
Thankfully, this is phase 2, so you get it past phase 2, you hopefully don't have to worry about confusion at least, but
and there is the tip to phase 3, so farfelu just has to get through 2 more phases here, and if they do, they will advance to face you.
There's Mega Grenades.
Mega Grenades in the Magic Mirror.
Oh! Well, now you have Lava Dome. That was blocked pretty early by Mega Grenades, so...
I would exit out and go to Lava Dome, because I don't have a sword in this case, so it's going to be hard to traverse a lot of tree, unless we're really close on shards.
I think he's 3, and I know where we found a couple of them, he hasn't been yet.
Meanwhile, farfelu is just churning along here, dropping rocks and heavy fire onto the Dark King. Still, other than that confuse, not really doing much.
Yeah, I haven't seen really anything bad since we've hit phase 3, so... Rip Earth, that's not... Could be worse.
The other kind of nice thing here, Kaylee did just get outsped, but the generally nice thing here is that Kaylee is going to outspeed Dark King more often than not. And also a funny thing pointed out by Arte in chat, another one of the very best runners in the community. Mega Grenades are not locked by the sword despite being in a live forest and in a giant tree. Super trolly.
The seed that keeps on giving. Yeah, dinonautdad doesn't... I would assume is probably going to Lava Dome at this point. I think that really that's all that's opened up. I don't think he completely checked everything in Giant Tree. That kind of the risk with these seeds is kind of like I found the progression. I know I'm missing some stuff in here that I could potentially get to. I'm gonna leave and hope it doesn't come to bite me in the butt. In this case, that's really what happened. Is whether it's just kind of miscounted in P Tower or whatever the case is, just gambled I don't need anything else in here. I found so much to begin with. I can leave. Yeah. And that one box you leave behind, that was, maybe not the progression you were looking for, but in this case, GG's. farfelu finishes up, takes first place in this race, is 2-0, and moves on to the second round.
Yeah, GG's to farfelu. Very well done getting through a very tricky seed. And we will see if we can get farfelu and or dinonautdad in for an interview. Looks like I see them both ready to join, so let's get them in here and do the talkies. All right, and we are joined by a farfelu first, it looks like. GG's to you, farfelu. What a difference a seed makes. GG's on both of them, but I'm sure you have more to talk about with the second one than the first one.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, second one was I was not in panic mode yet, but almost when I was looking for a live forest or something like that at the end. But man, where were the red boxes?
The red boxes were in another castle guarded by a different Bowser.
Ah, probably. Yeah, because it was so disappointing doing all of Pyramid and what was next to Pyramid? I think it was Bone Dungeon, doing them both and having something like 10 shards and not many red boxes. So yeah, we definitely needed some coin or a way to get there.
Yeah, and also mine being there, you find the 4-pack that would normally be behind Jin, and it was 4 brown boxes as well, which is pretty unusual. So y'all were just really hunting red boxes hard, and they just were not providing. There were shards in weird places in this seed. Spencer's Cave had one. The warp into the Life Temple had one. The warp out of the Libra Temple into that other one had one. Like, just weird shard locations and one-off places. Not a lot on the beaten path. The 25 shards in this must have felt like 35 for y'all going through that. Before I go any further, I do want to say GG's to dinonautdad. Very well fought in both seeds as well. It was great to watch y'all, and a little bit of bad luck there, not finding that sword in Pazuzu's tower, really
Yeah.
kind of got you hung up versus Farfelu in the second game.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking to Farfelu about this in the race chat after we were done. Yeah, it felt like I was mega locked and sword locked at the same time, and I was just like, I'm missing something somewhere. So I doubled back a lot and didn't find what I was looking for, and that didn't work out very well for me. And then suddenly, I, I had like a little eureka moment. It was like, oh, hermit. Ah, crap. So I ran back and caught it and got all the good stuff and started jiving. And then I saw Varflu finish. I was like, I'm not going to make everybody wait for me to catch up. I'll just throw in the flag at that point. I was like, I knew what I did wrong.
Yeah, absolutely makes sense. I can actually ask this question about both seeds, and Farfelu, we'll start with you on it. Partner selection, or the illusion thereof. First seed kind of felt like you had to go with Ruben. Second seed felt like you kind of had to go with Kaylee. Was there any thought in either seed to going with a different partner, or was it if I see them, I'm going with them because they're the only ones that I can really run with?
Yeah, I think you are right. Phoebe was not so bad, but I think she was pretty decent for the entire seed except Dark King. So when I saw Kaylee, oh, and by the way, since we had a lot of encounters, when I saw Kaylee, she already had Flare. So yeah, it was really no brainer. It was pretty easy to decide on that. But before that, Phoebe was okay.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. The first seed, punishment by Ruben. Oh man, that's for sure. I am probably going to be happier with someone that has no spells and just life than watching Ruben get confused and crank a flare on us, like he did in the first. I was just like, woof, had enough of that. Second time around, yeah, I did waffle between Phoebe and Kaylee. I figured if I had Tristram early, I'd hold on to him for just a couple of levels. Some of the um, weaknesses and strengths that has gotten swapped out were worth toying with a little bit, but not enough to keep him around if I saw either one of the ladies. Um, so yeah, I ended up picking up Kaylee and had Meteor, of course, and was just raining Meteor down, and which is all great. Except for I went to all the places like 4 times, going, "What did I miss?" Hermit, of course.
We've all been there and done that. And you spoke of kind of shuffled resistances and whatnot. And this is something Sir Linkolot pointed out in the first seed. And Farfelu, you executed this to perfection. Your climb in the first seed, going through the refights, you made expert usage and got some really good procs on that Dragon Claw. Was that kind of your plan going into that climb at relatively lowish levels, was to just rely on the Dragon Claw, or were you ever thinking about doing something else in that first seed?
Yeah, definitely. When I saw that stone was rolled on, I think it was silence. Yeah, silence. I knew I could kill all the 4 bosses with claws. So yeah, I just decided to go with that. Um, it doesn't work this well every time because I think I only missed once. So
Mhm.
I kill all 4 bosses with 5 hits. We don't see that every time, but I think at average it was really definitely worth to try it. And even without, I mean, if every fight took 2 or 3 more hits, the defense was not so bad either. And since we had arrow, we could kill the minion one by one. Yeah, I think the fight would not be too bad. Oh, and by the way, Seed One, yeah, there was not much to talk about Seed One. Like you said, it was pretty quick. But it was the first time ever I did not see volcano in the first region.
We talked about that once we got Volcano in the second seed. Was, oh yeah, that first seed was kind of special. It didn't have Volcano in the first area. So I'll turn it over to Sir Linkalot in just a second here. Dinonautdad, I have one question for you before I turn it over to them, since I know they're going to want
I'm
to have a
waiting.
special conversation, since you know they're going to be facing off in the next round. Since Dinonautdad, you and I both are eliminated from the tournament now. What are your plans after the tournament, and you know how have you enjoyed things along your way here before we kick it to our winners in the booth? It's okay, we're still both cool.
Yeah, we were definitely both still cool, so I'm not concerned with that. No, I'll get to focus on some other stuff, get to play around with some other games, and keep SL 2025 play going through a little bit here and there. I was just thrilled my first year being a part of this community, being a part of the SGL 2025 tournament. I was just glad to get in top 16 and kind of show that I've grown from, hey, that's cool. I'm watching this on YouTube to look, I'm actually performing this action. I'm making relatively decent time to getting paired up against. I'm gonna throw some compliments toward you, Farfelu. One of the best racers I've seen. So it was one of the. It was pretty cool getting paired up and being like, whoa. I kind of joked to you, Possum, at some point that I'm either going to get my face smashed in or something magical is going to happen. And both did. So it was great. I very much enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear you enjoyed yourself. Happy to hear you get to focus on some other things and still kind of keep SGL 25 in your, in the back of your mind. But Farfelu, Sir Linkalot, I want to hear trash talk. I want to hear talk at all. Kick it, y'all.
I don't trash talk though.
It's too late for trash talk. I have to work tomorrow morning.
I tried, y'all.
You did.
But
You really did try.
yeah, but yeah, looking forward to that. I know Sir Linkalot did pretty decent in the previous tournament. Actually, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we last time we raced each other was in the first tournament finals, SGL 2022.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so we can have a rematch.
Yep. I'm excited about the challenge. I've been looking forward to the tournament, seeing the flag, seeing how the times everybody's been putting up. I'm just excited to race and see how everything goes, especially with these flag sets. So
Yeah, and the randomizer changed a lot since back then. So
yeah, it
it's
definitely
pretty
has.
cool settings.
Pretty much an entirely different game compared to back then at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd take that and I'll say, thank you, Wildham, for all the really hard work in the community for helping pressure test everything. It's made this game incredibly fun. Just awesome. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think with that, we have exhausted everything we need to cover on this end. So one more time, huge GG's to our runners tonight. Farfelu taking it home with a 2-0 win in the round of 16, moving on to face Linkalot, who was also 2-0 over the weekend. So good luck to both of y'all for your matches. Before we end everything here, have y'all scheduled anything in advance if you were to match up with each other?
No, we haven't talked about it. So
Okay.
that's something I'm sure we'll get into in the next few days at this point.
Fair enough. Well, we certainly look forward to it. Happy to see y'all do battle, and hopefully can get on the mic for that as well. Would love to see some more runs from both of y'all. But Sir Linkalot, keeping me honest up here in the booth, while I'm doing all the tracking, SGL for letting us have their channel for a couple hours here. Just thank you to everybody involved. It's always a blast. And Sir Linkalot, any final words are yours.
Yeah, that's going to be it for us. There's no more Final Fantasy Mystic Quest tonight. However, looks like we do have a couple games on the schedule tomorrow at 10 after 12 Eastern time. We've got This Dude Speaks versus Langshian. That's game 1. And I'm not sure which game it is, but it looks like it's on the schedule. It's Judge Joe versus Happy Artea. That's going to be 10 after 8 Eastern time. Looks like they're both going to be on Restream. The first one's going to be on Speedgaming 2. The second one is going to be on Speedgaming 4. Other than that, I think that's going to be it for us from the Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer for 2025 SGL for tonight. Till then, we'll see you all tomorrow.